Hey, Pure Charm here from the Pure Wellness, Pure Love Wellness. Yeah. Pure Love Wellness Department. I hope that I'm showing up a little bit better. My last two videos, I didn't really have light. I just got a light at the secondhand store for $7. So at least there's like a little lamp shining on me because I didn't have enough light in here. And I got myself some wardrobe because I just didn't have anything. Whatever I wore last week was not right. So I got 10 new dresses for about $50 at Goodwill. So I'm excited because this makes me feel comfortable. Like flowers and earthy hippie stuff. So my main purpose is to go into like herbs and like natural remedies to healing and letting go and meditation. And I tell you, I'm struggling. I feel like I am the lowest here in the Pure Love Kingdom. I can't even put a crown on right now. I did make some videos like 6 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago. They're not on this channel. And I had a crown on. And I was in a better place then. And now I'm in a new space. And you would think that I would be in a better place, but I have not really done much with any of the stuff that's behind me. I'm not here much in this spot. But I know that it's time for me to rise. And I've been getting that little higher calling, that little whisper, it's time. It's now or never. You've got to stop. You are not going to be blessed with what you want in life if you don't stop. And it could be even worse than that. What am I stopping? I have to replace bad addictions with good addictions. We could call it healthy and unhealthy, but I don't really care. I'm going to use whatever words I want. If I want to say good and bad, I'm going to. So it's going to be tough. I talked about it a little bit last week, and now I'm actually really trying. I'm going to take the month of December to stop my bad habits and start implementing good habits. And I have 5 different ways to do that. No, I don't know. It's not really 5 ways, but I just went and got a month's supply. This is usually a week's supply. Actually, a week. It's 10 packs. I usually smoke 10 packs a week. But I am getting winded after 5 minutes of loading bins. I can't go to the gym anymore. God knows I probably couldn't have sex. I don't know. Been celibate for 4 months. Just talking right now, I feel winded. So the goal is to go from 30 cigarettes a day to 10 cigarettes a day. And the last week of December, no cigarettes. So that's it. I told the girl when I bought it at Tobacco Barn, you're not going to see me again. And then I bought these things. You're going to see this in my hand a lot. I got all kinds of different flavors. So I'm trying to replace the cigarettes with these. And I did not do so well. I set the intention last month and I didn't do so well. So I don't know what this is. Tropical and passion fruit. This one's actually really good. Passion fruit, guava orange, crazy berry, and sakura grape, and probably the one that I just had, peach mango. I think this one is peach mango. Yeah, peach mango. That's one of my favorites. So I got those. Now, later this week, I'm actually going to order, and I'll make another video on that as I go. I'm going to order these, but they're essential oils, 100% organic essential oils. I did make a video before about essential oils, and I might remake it for this channel, because it went on my Instagram channel and it was like all cut into pieces and it's been deleted off my phone. But who's going to carry around an essential oil to smell? Like, it was a good idea, and I still think that's good. Actually, what I think, and I'll make a video on it, I think actually wearing it is going to be better. I think that was where I messed up. So I've tried, but I play 14 characters and I have 4 children and I'm a widowed mom. So 14 videos a week plus podcasts, plus I'm starting a new secret channel. So I'm doing 4 videos a day. And so to put much time into this and everything that goes around it, it's a lot. Like, I'm literally going to have to look at my whole schedule and be like, okay, each character needs to spend 2 hours a week focusing on bettering herself and rising. So I don't know how much time I'm going to be spending on this. Probably more than 2 hours a week. But how about I schedule in 2 hours a week? I will share some of the other stuff that I'm going to be doing, because that secret other channel that I'm starting is going to be heavy on some of the tips that I'm going to be sharing as a different character, or maybe just myself. So there was a couple other things that I'm doing. This whole thing really was triggered by like a couple days ago. And then I think it was last night. I was so weak. I just couldn't even drive 6 minutes home. I had to rest for 2 hours to drive home. I think I was working all day, and I got a message from the gym and they were like, are you coming in? Are you going to work out? And I was like, no, I can't. They're like, why? Is it medical? And I said, yes, it's my heart. And they said, did you go to the doctor? What did the doctor say? And I said, I don't have to go to the doctor. I know. I can feel my own body. I know my body. And there's times in the day where I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. And we have 2 little girls in this kingdom that are only 7 and 10 years old, and they need a mama. So, and I need to show up as 14 characters every week, and I need to continue on this journey. So this is it. I have to make the changes now, or I won't even be able to talk. I won't even be able to talk to you anymore. Like, some of my videos, I cough and I have to cut all of that out. So anyway, I've got those 2 things. So later this week, I would say today, but later this week, I'm going to order the essential oils. Now, I actually have a grief therapist that recommended those. So I do have coaches and therapists as well. I am, helping others. So that just fell into my lap. Like, it could be a whole separate video. But she was like, she checks in on me every 2 weeks by phone for 40 minutes. And it was just handed to me for free. I think I was supposed to fill out paperwork. But so she's actually my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter's grief therapist, because she lost her dad 3 years ago. But because I'm the mom, she contacts me too. And I'm actually open enough to talk to her. I don't like to talk to people. I don't like to share. I'm very, very choosy who I share my emotions with. And there's maybe 4 people in my life, and I don't call and talk to them very often. I would rather make a video and share my thoughts. So, but I'm also adding, and I said this last week, I'm going to check out, I'm going to go to mrlightwork.com, and he's like one of my favorite tarot spiritual twin flame leaders on the internet. He's one of the only men. He's the only man that I watch, and he shows up on his I don't know, I was going to say significant others page, twin flame preachers. So I already told his wife, partner, divine partner, this morning when I had a call with her, that I was going to not do calls with her this month. And instead I was going to book some calls with him, because he offered to help me stop smoking. And I made a promise to him that I would cut back. So I won't be talking to him for a couple weeks, but in a couple weeks, I would like to on my own, with just the one promise that I made to him 2 weeks ago. I'll have like a whole month so that when I have that first phone call with him, I can say, I cut down from 30 cigarettes to this many. He said, even if it was just one. So even if I just go to 29 cigarettes a day. But that's a lot of cigarettes. Fuck. Really? Am I really taking that many years off my life? Oh. I'm sorry, that just hit me hard. So I'm sharing my experience and my journey because I hope that if you're having struggles with this, I know that we have all three of our female friends that are going to be joining our team all smoke as well. So if I can lead the way and help myself and then help the 3 people that I talk to in my life, and I know they want to quit. They've all told me they want to quit. And some have been smoking longer than others. But they all had toxic guys in their life. And I don't know if we should be using that word, but they all had toxicity. They all had, like whatever. So we can't blame smoking on a guy. Really, we have to take accountability for that. And we chose to smoke because we couldn't handle our emotions with that guy. And maybe they couldn't handle their emotions either. And maybe they're smoking. But, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're smoking pot or whatever. We're doing drugs and alcohol and whatever other stuff. But I've worked very hard to get where I am right now. My last addiction is cigarettes. I cut out marijuana 6 months ago. And no, not totally 6 months ago. About 3 months ago. And I hardly ever drink. I might drink a little bit here and there, but it's not an addiction. And so, yeah, it's it's a big step. And I also cut out sex 4 months ago. So, so out of those 4 things, and my brother did this too. Like when he was like 41, he's like 43 now. And so it took him a year to cut all of that out. He's back drinking again now, and vaping a little bit because we lost our brother. But yeah, it's like, it takes a lot of intention, a lot of willpower to cut out something that you're very addicted to. Like you feel like, you just can't. See, I have fears around it. And that's what I was thinking about. And that's what I actually wanted to talk about. But I am heavy on the caffeine and the cigarettes. Not this. I just started trying to switch over to this last month. So I feel like my whole energy could change if I quit smoking cigarettes. I feel like I'm afraid of not who I will become, because I know who I was when I wasn't smoking and I liked myself better. But I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to accomplish what I do. Like, I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to maintain making 4 videos a day and showing up as the 14 characters. I feel like my business will suffer. I have a fear around that. Like it's a fear. I fear that I won't be able to get up and drive my kids to school because it's now I only have to drive my 2 girls to school, but still it's a 26-minute drive one way. And then I sit with them. So it's at least an hour and 15 minutes at like 7:40 in the morning. I fear that I'll sleep more, like a lot. And you know what? I've come to like the conclusion. I'm like, okay, I can do this while I'm driving 26 minutes there. Like if I just don't smoke when they're in the car. And maybe on the way back, I have one cigarette. So that's a way to like drop back. And I will get there. I will be able to get them to school. So that's okay. So that fear is eliminated. I can get them to school. The fear of not showing up, I'm going to show up. I've always shown up. I went 20 years without smoking. I always showed up. I produced videos. They were always on a schedule to to be released. Like, I've been doing video stuff for almost all the time. Like, I've only taken like a year off. I've been doing it for like 14 years. So there's no fear there. I just might be a softer version. Not so protective, not so like in your face, fuck you, fuck that, you know? Like, one of our characters is like that. Because that's kind of why I started smoking, you know? It's like, dude, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm going to talk to my cigarettes. So really, there's no fear there. And then the fear of sleeping a lot. All right, well, if I have to sleep a lot, I can still produce 4 videos. If I can't really get the website, or if the marketing girl can't get the website built, okay. All right, the time is not then, but I built websites all the time. I had nursing babies on my lap. I built websites for like 15 years without smoking. So there's no fear there either. So these fears are like made up. Like, I had the fear of crying. I attached it to that. I have to smoke to keep myself from crying. Well, I'm not really crying all the time anymore. Like, I'm just taking baths. So, I have been implementing the stuff that we teach, and I'm talking, and the cigarette burns out. I'm still smoking a hell of a lot of cigarettes, and I want one right now. Made a promise to myself that I'm not going to shed another tear over a guy. He can shed his own tears. Why do I need to shed tears for him? Okay, so I don't need the cigarettes for that. So, this really comes down to coming to the root of why you have that addiction. And you have to ask yourself that. Why do you smoke cigarettes? I'm not really talking about any of the other drugs, because this is my biggest addiction, and this is what I'm talking about, and my friends are not on any other drugs, really. I mean, one of my friends does some shrooms a little bit, and one of them drinks, and she's on prescription drugs, a lot of prescription drugs. So all of my friends are on more stuff than I am. But that's for them to address, and I can have conversations with them. And I will, because that's part of, building, part of Pure Love and Beyond is I would be offering that service to the people that are in my team. Like, I want them to all rise with me. So anyway, I feel like this video is getting really long, and but I feel like it's a really important topic, because I know I have tried to quit since I started 2.5 years ago. And I thought, you're not going to go more than 1.5 years. And then I thought, okay, you're not going to go more than 2 years. And I thought, no, you're not going to go more than 2.5 years. And I tried quitting 6 months ago. I had a coach that I was working with, and he was trying to help me do it in 14 days. And at that time, there was no way I could do it in 14 days. I was going through like really heavy emotions. Like, it's like not moving across the country, but I had to just go take a mental break, work on my farm. And it was just really, really hard. And there was no way I could quit smoking, because I was dependent on them. I was codependent. I have a codependent relationship with my cigarettes right now. They were my best friend. They're who I talk to all day long. 30 times a day I talk to my cigarettes. So that's hard. I'm not necessarily numbing my pain, but in a way, like, if I was smoking them to quit crying, that was holding stuff back. So we're all about releasing emotions here and living a better life. And so I have to rise. So hopefully the light and the wardrobe and the 4 steps that I'm taking, 3 steps, I don't know. Smoke less cigarettes, number 1. Smoke more of these, number 2. Number 3, order the replacement for these and start working that in. And number 4, get those calls with Mr. Lightwork, because he just happened to be the person that came into my life to help me. So I guess that's it. I'm trying to think, what if this happens to me when I'm not smoking? I might not have any good cognitive thinking. All right. So you have to decide where your fears are coming from, why you're smoking, and how you can implement a plan to cut down and eliminate it. And hopefully you follow me on my journey for the next 30 days. And hopefully I can really commit and do it this 6th time I've tried to quit. All right. I love you, and thanks for watching.